Hi everyone, my name is Brianna Fisher. I'm on the Solutions Marketing team here at Veritas.
Hey, Alex Restrepo, also with Solutions Marketing.
Today we're going to be talking about APTARE, specifically around virtualization and even more specifically around VMware. So Alex, what environment are we looking at? Can you talk to me a little bit about APTARE?
Sure. So just a little overview of the APTARE environment we're looking at in general. APTARE is a reporting tool designed to basically provide you information about your entire infrastructure, regardless of where it exists or even what type of infrastructure it is. And so if we were to just scroll around in terms of the inventory in this particular environment, you're going to see that we have a number of different storage arrays, backup providers, and cloud providers. And so again, like you mentioned earlier, we're going to focus in on VMware. But in general, APTARE is capable of reporting across your entire environment.
Yeah, it sounds like the full breadth of what's going on in your infrastructure.
Yeah, and I think importantly, it's going with the waves basically of technology. So as we pivot towards the cloud, as we pivot towards new forms of deployments, APTARE is capable of consuming and presenting all of the above.
So on that question, just real quick so our customers know, are we just talking about Veritas products? Are we talking about other products? What are we plugging into here? Yeah,
that's a great question. So, certainly, look, Veritas is a very important player in data management, data protection in particular. NetBackup, pretty famous player in the market. But look, obviously, we're not the only provider out there of data protection. And so, if you look just at our backup servers here, you can see that a lot of the major players that are out there are listed here.
And we plug into those.
Absolutely, and we're able to provide very accurate reporting on the activities thereof. So if they're working great, terrific. If they're not working well, we will happen to report on that as well. We do that for us as well, to be fair. We're able to give you accurate reporting across your entire data protection environment. But it's certainly not just data protection reporting. And so, as an example, Veritas is not really a provider for virtualization or tier 1 storage, but we report on those things. And so if you have various different types of arrays, we can provide you utilization and information regarding those. And again, all of the different cloud providers and virtualization.
All right, so let's dive into VMware specifically. Show me what kind of tools we have, reporting, everything going on with VMware.
Yeah, just at a glance in terms of the inventory. The inventory is really just showing you what we're capable of reporting against. And so in this instance, we do have a list of all the various guests. In this particular environment, it's a very small environment, only 258 guest servers. A lot of our customers out there are going to have thousands. We can report on all of them. And so over here, of course, under VMware servers, we get more specific into the physical hosts and are able to report thereof. And so you can see at a glance, even just from an inventory point of view, we're not even digging into a report yet. You're able to get CPU utilization, memory utilization, and at a high level, you can basically understand, is this server being taxed heavily or not? And if it is, maybe I need to take action to remedy that. So that's a possibility.
Awesome. So let's talk about reporting. You mentioned this is not a reporting view yet. Let's dive into reporting. Show me what I can do. Show me about customization. What kind of stuff can I see in these reports?
Sure. So if we dig into, as an example, let's say the VMware summary report. And by the way, if we go to the reports, there's a number of canned reports we already have. And there are resources out there for even more reports, as well as custom reports are capable of being created. And so if you happen to be a big reporting nerd and you really love digging in and making sure you're getting the information that you want specifically, APTARE facilitates all of that. We're using a canned report in terms of just the VMware summary. And so from this point of view, you can already see from the columns, we're just getting basic information about the names, if it's tagged in any particular group. So these particular VMs have no tagging, but if you did have that set up, it would report on that. IP information, CPU utilization, memory, and of course storage utilization, all of which is presented. So how much disk is allocated, how much is being used, all of that kind of information.
Okay, how granular can we get in these reports?
Yeah, you can get basically all the information that VMware itself provides within vCenter. We can grab any and all of that and provide it here from a dashboard point of view in these reports.
That's awesome. All right, so talk to me a little about going off of reporting. How are we helping to save customers money? How can they view those in our reporting section? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Sure, absolutely. So here's a sample storage optimization report. And what you can see here, and by the way, there are many different ways we can display this information. We just happen to like circle graphs here at this particular time, but you can do this in a number of different ways. And so if we click on, as an example, that particular segment of that circle was undiscovered LUNs, what it's going to do is basically take a look at all of these arrays and what segmentation of hardware, what LUNs that we've set aside are out there that maybe aren't being utilized properly. And so you can see a cost amount, that cost amount is based on information you feed in for how much your storage costs. And so, but ultimately, this is helping you do the math very quickly of, hey, if I have X amount of terabytes that's saved, that's reserved, but not being used, this is how much money I'm wasting.
It's important to know that.
Well, it is important, and IT budgets stretch thin. This is a way to get some found money, right, for your IT departments. So I don't have to purchase additional storage. I have some storage available. Let me go ahead and just better utilize that environment.
Absolutely. So one final question, kind of going off of what we're already talking about, Chargeback. This is a really important feature about APTARE. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because of the way we query the systems we interact with, we're able to analyze who's using what. And so you can break it down by different types of users of your infrastructure. And so in this particular aggregated chargeback model, we're looking at the entire environment and who's using storage. And so just based on this particular chargeback report, and there's a few different ones that we have, you can basically break down what the cost is of this particular department and or use case, right? So sometimes even within a department, you want to understand a little deeper of what type of storage am I using and how am I using it?
Absolutely.
And we're able to provide that, and it helps you set your budgets a little more accurately.
Absolutely. All right, thank you so much, Alex, for walking us through this demo, and thank you guys for joining us today. We're going to be doing several more videos that cover all things virtualization with our products under availability protection and insight, so be sure to look out for those. Thanks for joining.
Cheers.